Hello everyone, how are you all? And welcome to another episode. Happy New Year to you all. Welcome to 2023. I said that so many times actually. But yes, this is a 2023 tarot and planet message. And obviously, 'cause it's a new year, I'm going to be switching these things up a little bit. Speaking of that, I've got a mixture of tarot and moon cards because this week, I'm doing this for the next 2 weeks actually. I'm doing it from the 1st, Sunday the 1st to Sunday the 15th of January because there's not a lot happening the second week. So I thought I'd just combine the two, give you a bigger present for the new year. So yes, guys, we're in the new year of 2023, January. And, if you look at my previous messages, guys, podcast messages, I've spoken about what could happen. Remember, we are in Uranus time, for the next 20 odd years. There's lots of changes that are happening this year and next year and going forward. So yes, let's get on to it, shall we? So it starts off, obviously, on the 1st, which is the New Year's Day, the first day of 2023. It starts off extremely intense, actually. Very, very intense. So the card I have is the Ace of Swords. The reason why I say it's intense because we've got Venus conjunct Pluto. And that's a big one. This Ace of Swords is a brilliant, brilliant card for this because it is of a new beginning, like mentally. And I do feel, because, Venus conjunct Pluto, when it comes to love, passion, intensity, it's like a triple whammy for all of us. And we may want to do things deeper than ever. Remember, this is in Capricorn. So Pluto's coming out of Capricorn. It's just having that little last stay. But this year it's coming out for 11 weeks. And before it comes out, we're just having this intensity with Venus. And Venus is ruled by Taurus and Libra. So it could be either one, but still there's a deep intensity. So I feel that on the 1st, a lot of us may want to be more closer to our partners. When it comes to our money and spending situation, there could be an obsession to hold on, not to spend too much, because the feeling is it's the new year. I spent a lot last year, 2022, to Christmas, on presents and everything. I probably overspent, but now I'm going to rein it in. There could be an over obsession of going over the books, just going over things, just being very, very obsessed with that. And this can be also in our relationships, okay, let's make a plan, let's do this, let's do that, just being too much. It can be a good thing, because if you're going to be, if you want to take your relationship to the next level, you can commit, but you can also just go over the board, i.e. jealousy, obsession, power plays, asking too much questions, and a lot of it is definitely due to insecurity, which we all have. But if you're single, I wouldn't be surprised, guys, and we're in Mercury retrograde at the moment in Capricorn, that with retrogrades, it depends on where it is, but it does bring up things from the past. With it being in Capricorn, it is to do with higher ups and all that, bosses, work, our career. But it can also bring up people and places from the past as well. So if you're single, you may just keep looking at your ex's profile on social media for too long, or even their partner. If you are wanting to be with someone, there could be an obsession with that stalking. That's the lower vibration, but it could be stalking, sending crazy love letters, hanging out with their friends, because just intense things, guys. So be mindful of that, because it can happen to all of us. We can just go overboard, over the top, and we don't know how to come out of it. We can just get really fixated and really stuck. So yeah, but I think if going on the high vibration of this is good, if you are wanting to, commit to your relationship, if you are looking about your money situation, the intensity can be good because you can make sure things are on point. And if you're doing like a passion project as well, like something creative or something to do with like your career and your work, really great for that as well. And this Ace of Swords card is showing that this is a brand new beginning, like mentally for a lot of us, in order to get like our bearings sorted, but also mentally prepare ourselves in a healthier way. If we want something, no matter how bad we want it, we have to be sort of quite logical in the fact on how to get it, and not trying to go too much to the dark side, because that can really be easy. So having this Ace of Swords for the first day of January is going to be heeding us very well. And as we know, whatever you do on the first of the year, that's what my granddad said it, however you start the year, it ends. So we have to really and truly pace ourselves as well, especially when it comes to like power plays. Pluto also with this is like, with Venus is about how we look, like attractive. So we can be coming across as having more like sexual allure. So the Ace of Swords is also showing me that we can, really tap in to our sexuality if we're really shy. And it's really great to be tapping into our sexuality and really asking ourselves like why we are so insecure in how we are how we are showing ourselves. And this card is lovely messages from this card is, really tap in, but also don't be afraid, reach for the stars in all what you do, but just be mindful as well. So lovely Ace of Swords message for us on the 1st of January. Even though it is intense, guys, it can help us as well. On the 2nd, we have Mercury retrograde and it sextiles Neptune with time to breathe out. So yes, Monday is intense, guys. Tuesday is intense. Monday is intense. Tuesday, we're still in that, retrograde. So with this time to take a breathe out, it's that card, this moon is a decimating moon. And this, with the Mercury retrograde sextile Neptune, we could be very gung-ho in what we want to pursue, like mentally, how we're communicating, writing and speaking. But this is going to be showing us, because it's retrograde again, we are going back. Mentally, physically, emotionally. It's time to, when it says time to take a breath out, and with this planet message is about spirituality, relaxation as well, connecting to ourselves spiritually. And Mercury in Capricorn can make us very brash in how we speak. But with Neptune involved, it's like, okay, I need to sort of like connect to my soul in order to what I want to say, in order how I want to communicate. There are things that we are going to be seeing, guys, that we may not want to see, but it has to come out. There's things that we have to say. But when we tap into our emotions, it's like, okay, this is what I'm going to say, but I'm going to think, more or less think before I speak. This is great to be doing anything creative. This week is very creative week anyway, very creative. Mercury rules writing. So even me, I was thinking of like continuing my writing, anything to do with art, anything to do with the hands, painting, drawing, reading. And this is great for students, because some students will find that they can get a lot more done because they're emotionally in tune with what like their teacher's saying. So yes, I think it's really great. Some of you may be hanging out or making new friends with people that are you're emotionally connecting to, because it does feel that, because remember it's retrograde, so there's going to be people that we're going to be seeing from the past, you know, or even visiting places from the past. So I feel a lot of that is definitely coming up as well, and very psychic time. Very psychic. It's almost like what you're thinking about can happen. Definitely what you're thinking about can happen, and it can also stick. So it says time to take a breathe out, taking time out, guys, not trying to rush. Yes, we are going to be feeling could be anxious, but also very ambitious. But we need to take a breath, you know, we need to breathe, we need to connect to nature, we need to connect to our soul, connect to Mother Nature, we need to connect to people, places, things, creativity, art. We need to connect to all that. So when this card says time to take a breath out, it's just a reminder, all that we're going to be doing in this busy time of this week, even though it's a nice calm week, it's still busy. Remember to take that breath. Remember to breathe out. Remember to take time out for yourself as well. So yes, things are quite very busy this week. On the 4th, we have Venus sextile Jupiter with the 6 of Wands. I love this card. Such a powerful card. Venus sextile Jupiter is actually really great because, you know, when I looked at that, I thought, oh, this week is going to be very peaceful, but it's busy. It's very busy, guys. And even with the 6 of Wands is showing me that, you know, there's going to be a lot going on for a lot of us, like when it comes to friends, meetings, you know, having excitement. It almost feels like a party time that's coming up, and that's what this is about as well. It's very much about party. And Jupiter, whenever we see Jupiter, we feel very like things are actually going to go well. Very like ambitious, but very things are going to definitely go well. And even when we're communicating, who we surround ourselves with, it can feel like a lucky time. A lot of us can feel like there's certain people that are like our lucky charms. So yeah, some of you may want to travel. You know, Jupiter rules long distance. Some of you may want to travel. Some of you may meet someone from a different culture. You may want to be seeing them a bit more. Again, people can be making friends with friends, and you can meet someone in that group. And yeah, I feel that, you know, yes, because it's retrograde, you know, I do see that, you know, when it comes to like money, like if you owed money, you could probably get it back. Or there could be this case of your boss is talking to you and you're getting like a raise. Or, you know, if you're doing the lottery, you could probably win some money, guys. Remember, these are like general. So you can probably win a lot of money. So, you know, remember, it's about good fortune. Again, how you look, creativity, all of that, guys. When it comes to like your love life, you know, things can start to flow in a very positive way. And even with the six of wands, it's like showing there's a great support. There's action happening. And I feel that if you are wanting certain people in your life, you can get it. You can get a lot of support. You can get a lot of things going, a lot of things moving. I feel a lot of you may feel very much energized as well, because the new year and we're in a number 7 year, which is about determination, but also it's about moving forward as well. So I do feel that anything that you want to move forward with the Jupiter sextile, it can actually move forward. And this card is also showing that as well. But there's also a sense of that there could be some loyalty behind it too. There can be a lot more moving of momentum happening. It's not just going to be for talking sake. It's like, let's do this and let's do that, and it's actually going to happen. Things that we put into action. So it's really great. And even in a relationship too. On the 5th, we have Sun trine Uranus, which is retrograde, with the luck is on your side. These cards are really good, guys. So Uranus, even though it's retrograde, we are going back. A lot of going back going on. With it being in Capricorn, it can unsettle the apple cart, because they're in earth signs. It's like we have to, keep doing what you're doing, but know that there's changes that can happen. And these changes can be good. These changes can be good. If we feel stuck in any way, especially in our career, this month is very much a career time, there's going to be changes that happen. We have to try and be open to it. Very much be open to it, because change can be good. Sometimes we forget that, but change actually can be good. This is the time that we can, again, if you work for yourself, you may want to implement some changes for your employees. Some of you could do experiments. Some of you could have this light bulb flash moment of, like this eureka type moment as well. I don't know if you guys had it, but since Uranus has been in my third house, I've had like certain insights to the future. It's very fleeting though, but you can get a lot of that. There could be a lot of that. Oh, if I do this, this can happen. But you just have to believe it, because Uranus is very quick. Very quick. So yeah, a lot of that could be coming up. Yes, things can feel very unpredictable as well. Like you're going to work, you don't know if you're coming or going. There's too much changes happening, too much talking, too much, there can be some shocks that happen, because the sun rules your career. So I feel there can be a lot of that happening. But I also feel that, some of you could actually you could actually buck up with people who are very different to you. They could help you. I feel that there could be a lot of help. If you want to gain something within your career, you could get some help from someone who knows someone, or it could be a stranger. It can feel quite karmatic, but it can also feel very random. I feel it can be very random. There could be a time where, if some of you are changing jobs, you could work with people that are completely different. It may feel like it's chaos, but actually things actually are working. So try and be open to that. Sometimes things don't have to be set in stone for it to work. So yeah, even you guys, you could change how you dress. You could just want to dress a bit differently, change up your hair. All of that can happen. So this is showing that there's lots of different changes happening. I do see as well that, I do feel it's definitely on a work front, like a career front. Like there may be more training. There could also be more apps, downloads, lots of things that are to do with technology. But these things it may shock a lot of us. Like, what is this? But it's something for the future, because something may not be said properly. But it's we need to all do this because this is happening, and no one may not understand it, but it's essential. Remember, we're going to Pluto in Aquarius, so that might be the thing as well. So yeah, and remember, Uranus is ruled by technology. So yeah, there could be a lot more new training going on this week when we're going back to work. So the luck is on your side. It's a new moon in Sagittarius, and it's just, again, it's showing that, whatever we're going to be doing this week, especially with this Sun trine Uranus retrograde, it's it's going to be a good time. We have to just try and be more open. This new moon in Sagittarius card, luck is on your side, is reach for the stars, believe the changes that we're going to be having or seeking or seeing is for our better good, because whatever we're doing now is going to be for the future. It could be for next week, could be for next year, but it's definitely for the future. So just believe that whatever happens or whatever changes are implemented in our lives, whether it's professional, especially professional, it's going to be helping us. Instead of not wanting to do it because it doesn't go with our beliefs, it's just try and see another side to it. Try and be open. Okay? There's a big one. So on the 7th, Saturday the 7th, so we're through, I've got to do Sunday the 8th, but yes, Saturday the 7th, we have a bit of a big one. We have Sun conjunct Mercury retrograde in Capricorn with the Empress card. Lovely, beautiful Empress card. And of course, this is going to be bringing like our thoughts back. A lot of thoughts, thinking. I can just see like a lot of people just wanting to be by themselves, trying to take stock. It could be taking stock of last year, taking stock of how far you've come, what you've been through, what you want to do for your future. I feel there can be a lot of planning going on. Of course, because we're in Capricorn season, I feel this is definitely for the future, long-term plans, goals. I can see a lot of that coming up. And, you know, some of you may be thinking that you may want to like move home, move job. There could be a lot of like thinking, and this thinking is you're gonna be taking this a lot more seriously. So yes, it can be a very busy time for a lot of you, meeting up with friends, going for coffee and everything, meeting up with people that you haven't seen in a while, that you've been putting things off, just meeting up with them. This can be a time where there can be some like delayed plans as well, like appointments, school appointments, you know, like handing in assignments late. There can be some miscommunication that's happening as well. So the fact that we have the Empress card is like, you know, I feel that also another thing with this, with the Empress card is like, if some of you are single, if some of you are in a long-term relationship or any type of relationship, if you're single or not, I feel that there may be an emphasis on this as well, like how you would like your relationship to be, what type of relationship that you want. And the Empress card is about self-care. It's a Venus card. So that's one of the reasons why I thought I could see some of us just taking that time out and just trying to relax our mind, because this is a busy week. It's a lovely week, but it's also a busy week. And we need to do things in a strategic way, planning wisely, not rushing, taking our time. And the Empress card is about that. The Empress card is about taking care of others, but taking care of ourselves. I can also see some of us trying to do some self-care, pampering ourselves as well. Like, oh, I've always thought I was going to do that. You know, maybe you booked an appointment with doing beauty therapy work, or like getting a pedicure or manicure, getting your hair done, and you didn't do it, and now might be the time to do it. Or yeah, it could be anything. Or you know that, like I said, that friend that you were going to go for coffee with, now's the time to be doing it. You know, making certain things a priority, I was saying. That's what the Empress card is showing us, making things a priority, not pushing things to the back. You know, things that are very important, making it happen, making it work. Okay, so it's a lovely card for this. On Sunday the 8th, we have Mercury retrograde trine Uranus retrograde. It's a mad one on Sunday, guys. And we have the prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus card. So this is a crazy one on Sunday, because we are edging now into retrograde big time, triple whammy. And again, we are going back, we're felicitating all these things that we didn't do, what we have to fix. And this is definitely concerning like communication, our money, you know, a lot of that is coming up, guys. I feel this can be a bit of a crazy one as well, because retrogrades in general, things don't work the way we should. And these energies are showing that, because they're not going to work the way it should, whether it's technology, whether you're going to be traveling, whether it comes to money, whether it comes to like agriculture, what we're eating. Again, we have to try and be open, because how we're planning A, if we stick to A, we need to stick to B too. And that's to do across the board, guys. I feel that on Sunday, we may be planning ahead for Monday the 9th going forward, and we have it set in stone how things are going to be. Like, we put our clothes out, we we're going to make sure we work out, make sure we eat well, make sure that everything's on point, but then it's like, whoa, what's happening here? You know, you meant to meet someone after you end up meeting someone else. Or, you know, you thought that trains were running at 8 o'clock and they end up running at 10 o'clock. These types of things, our intuition definitely can be stronger, but also some of us may not trust it. We may think, oh no, that can't be. So again, with one thing I love about Uranus is about the flashes of brilliance and the flashes of insights, and also the flashes of the future. So yes, this can really be at play. I see that things to do with like technology, things that are electrical. Be mindful of that. Be mindful. You know, if you want to fix something, best to get someone who knows what they're doing. But also, a lot of us could, because remember, we're going back. So a lot of us could restart things, like relearn a new language, start writing, and also with Uranus being there, flashes of brilliance or excellence, flashes of, oh, you've done this, but why don't you do this instead? You know, some of you may decide that you want to like study agriculture. You could be studying something to do with, the law, technology. You know, you may decide that you want to, just keep your brain ticking, but also doing it in a different way and try to be open to things that will change as well. I feel I don't know, it might be good for you guys, but I personally would love this transit to help me as well when it comes to getting off my ass and, doing what I need to do, But this is great for learners. This is great for people that are open to learn, but learn in a different way. And the card of prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus, is showing that when it says prosperity lies ahead, is that something you're going to be doing, it can bring in money. If you're doing anything on social media, I feel it can bring in like a new stream of income because of you're doing something different. You are going back to what you wanted to do, but you're going to be doing it different, and you never know who wants to invest in you. And this is a new moon in Taurus card, so this is also showing this is definitely for the long run. So tap into any creativity, tap into anything that you want to learn and do, tap into anything that you're scared of as well. So this is giving us this extra oomph of you can do it. So we're into the second week of Monday the 9th. So Sunday, it is crazy on Sunday, but we can still work with that. We have Mars. So we have Venus trine Mars on Monday the 9th in the second week. And Mars is retrograde, guys. A lot of retrograde happening. So Venus trining Mars is, again, I feel some of us will probably be, because Mars is about, sexual, it's about our energy as well. And with it trining Mars, it's great to be going out there, if dating people. Even if you're scared of asking that person out, you're going to be like, I'm going to do it. I didn't think it will happen. I didn't think I had the confidence for it, but I'm going to go for it. Some of us could be going too crazy, because the card we have for this is the Death card, which is the Scorpio card. Scorpio was traditionally ruled by Mars anyway. So there could be a lot of a powerful intensity on who we want to go out with, who we want to date. Even in our relationship, we can come on too strong. We can come on too passionate, too possessive. A lot of that can go on. But some of these things I feel are things that we are hiding. And we don't want to bring out. And now is that time. It's going to be brought out. It can come on too strong. So we have to be very careful. You don't be scaring anyone off. Yeah. So, yes. But I do feel that, if you want to change up your relationship in any way, this can give it the intensity that it needs. And again, I feel that some people may be bringing out, they may be showing more of a sexual aura about themselves that they didn't bring out before, that you're going back to work and oh my God, that type of thing can come out. Obviously, you have to be very mindful as well. We're in the Me Too era, but still, someone that you ignored, you could see a different side to them, even if they're not really being blasé about it. And also, even you yourself, you can bring out a different type of aura as well. And yes, this can lead to a lot of you getting a lot of attention, huge amounts of attraction. Okay, because that's what Mars rules. And yes, and Venus, with it being in Venus as well, it's about beauty, it's about creativity. This is about you having that strength and confidence to really go for what you want. Again, this second week is great for, especially because it's a Monday, to pursue your goals, pursue your passions, really go for it. We're in a new year, we're in a new decade, yeah, but it's a new time. And creativity this year is going to be big. It's going to be massive, guys. Not just this year, but in the future. So I feel that if you have wanted to be an artist, a writer, or anything, an interior designer, work in the beauty, I feel that this energy will give you that drive to pursue it, or even look about doing it. Yeah, so go for it. And yeah, and also with the Death card is like shedding that old skin, guys, and not being afraid. It's like this card is saying you got nothing to lose, a lot to gain, but nothing to lose. And if you're feeling attractive, don't be afraid to show that. This energy is about sexuality, but it's also doing it in a way that makes you comfortable. And if you've got something to say and something to show to the world, do it. Because again, you've got nothing to lose. Sometimes we need that art. We need certain people to come out with something different. We need art to be very different. We need someone to give us, because we've been living in such a stagnated time since 2010. The lost decade, when it comes to art, when it comes to creativity, but we need newness now. And I feel that this energy will bring that forth, obviously, because it will be a new generational shift as well. That's going to be bringing that, your new generation, which I've spoken about. But yeah, I can see a lot more people bringing things forth, and the Death card is showing that, shed off that old skin and just do it. Don't be stagnated. Trying to, it's a Scorpio card, so it's like, whatever you're going to be bringing forth is going to stay. People are going to be seeing it, and if you've got something to say, by all means do it as well. So very powerful card for this, because things are coming out now to the fore. So that's Monday the 9th. And then we have, obviously, we've got Mars going direct. Yay! It's been retrograde since, I think it was October. And I don't know how you guys felt about that, but it's been, it's been a bit up and down, should I say. It's not been easy. But again, when things start to go direct or retrograde, it does help us, whether we like it or not. So the 12th, on the 13th, we have Sun sextile Neptune. So this is really great. Again, guys, we are tapping in. And the card we have for that is a new romantic cycle begins. Beautiful card, guys, beautiful. Because when the Sun sextile Neptune, we can be in tune more with our partner. We can be more intuition, our psychic ability. There could be a huge amount of knowing what's going to be said, knowing what could come. This is great for, this is actually, I was even thinking of that and I did it myself. This is actually great to doing like vision boards. It could be digital. It could also be like, physical. This will also help when it comes to creativity and, our career. So this is a great time to be doing something. like that. This is going to be helping us creatively. I can see a lot, again, guys, I love art, I love creativity. I feel there's going to be that more push to bring that out. Capricorn, not to say it's not a sign that isn't charitable, it is in its own way, but it's like if it benefits for the long haul, benefits me, but what gains can I get? Whereas Neptune is about just being charitable for charitable sake. So I feel when you combine these two energies and this earth with air, it's like being charitable, but for tangible results, but in a good way. It's not going to be fleeting. It's going to be like, I'm going to be coming here every Monday type of thing. And you will be coming every Monday. So I think it's really good like that. It's really good to be helping people that are less than, that haven't got as much. So, helping food banks, which is growing in this country. There could be a lot more. Some of you could decide that you want to, do art, like, teach art to students. Some of you could decide that you want to, teach art to students. And it's very much a sensitive time, guys. Even if we try to hide it, the sensitivity will come out, it will pour. So people may come to you and start talking to you about it could be their goals, but it could be like, what problems that they have, and there'll be a bit more empathy in the world. Well, hopefully, but I feel there'll be a bit more empathy, people showing their emotions a bit more. Very mystical time, guys, but I feel the mystical is going to be it's going to be a bit of a grounded energy, like this is what I dream of, and just why don't you just do it? So whatever we dream of, whatever we want to conceive, it's about putting the work in. And Neptune gives the sun this it's not even like go-getting, it's just like, I don't know what to do. I'll do that, and let me work on it. And you'll put a lot of work on it. So when it says a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra, this can definitely be for romance. I feel that the romantic cycle also is like, some of us going to be shown a lot more love, not just for ourselves, but also to the world at large as well. And also it's because we're going to be expressing ourselves more. This is a brand new time. So don't be surprised if you are bucking up with someone you haven't seen in a while and they start pouring out all this emotion. They start telling you all these things. You're like, wow, I had no idea, I had no feeling. Or even you could just be pouring out things, but also surprising yourself by what you're learning too. So even if the new romantic cycle begins, I think a new learning, a new emotion of cycle begins for a lot of us as well. And then on Saturday, the 14th, because there's nothing really going on Saturday the 15th, we have Venus square Uranus. Now this is a tricky one, very tricky one. The cards we have is a 6 of Pentacles with your commitment is being tested. It's a quarter moon card. So with Venus square Uranus, it can bring instability within your finances. It can bring instability in relationships as well. There can be things that are very testing. There could be some shocks, makeups, breakups. You could meet someone randomly who may or may not be the person that you want. There could be some people say that there could be things, infidelity. All of that can happen as well because Uranus is involved. It could be like, I want this and, I'm bored of this and I'm going to go for this instead. It's more like the grass is a bit green on the other side, and, but it does depend if something is healthy in the first place, if something is not stable in the first place. So that could be a thing as well. And if you are in a healthy relationship, it can lead you to do some experimenting. It can lead you to do some dressing up. It could lead you to do things that are very avant-garde, something different basically. But we could force change. There could be a lot of forcing of change, a lot of forcing of, let's try this, let's see this, let's do that. It could be also a sense of a bit of a coldness that could be coming through too, because something needs to be done quickly, something needs to change. It's more almost like an urgent thing. And if you're single as well, you can meet someone that is very different to you. Again, they may or may not be the person that you want. You know, if you're buying anything, you could just buy something on a whim, regardless, thinking I need it. You buy it and then you end up, oh, why did I do that? Because you're thinking you need it. You know, a lot of electricity is going through your body, like I need this, and you end up overspending. So there could be a lot of buying stuff that you just really don't need, but it can be very, very unstable. So the cards that we have is a Six of Pentacles, with your commitments being tested. What this is showing me that yes, there can be a bit of a give and take going on. There can be a lot of I'll do what you need and you give me this, but essentially, is it going to make you happy? That's what's showing me. Essentially make you happy. There can be a lot of pleasing. There can be a lot of doing things for people, but it's not making you feel stable. And when it says your commitment is being tested, is that a lot of us will be tested. Our commitment to ourselves, our commitment to partners, our commitment in general definitely will be tested. So again, I feel trying to have that downtime and trying to think before we act, because there could be a lot of impulsiveness happening. And if you do feel that things are very unstable, it's time to think that what your happiness is and what your needs are, because no point in just giving and people are just taking, or taking in general. So we're going to be trying to maintain some type of balance, some type of harmony, but it's just not going to be very easy. Okay, so guys, it does end. This ends this New Year's reading. Thank you guys very much for listening. Feel free to let me know how this has gone through the next 2 weeks, and also feel free to come back to this message for the next 2 weeks. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And once again, guys, Happy New Year, and I will speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.